Welcome. My name is Sharon Fawcett, and I'm the Assistant Archivist for Presidential Libraries. I work in Washington, D.C., and my job is to oversee the Presidential Library System for the National Archives. This is the sixth one of these town hall meetings that we've done. We've been on the road. I feel like a little bit like we're landing on Broadway here. We've been to College Station, Texas, and Abilene, Kansas, and Little Rock, Arkansas, Washington, D.C., and now here we are in Independence. Today there are 11 presidential libraries. Next month we expect to welcome our 12th presidential library in the system. Now I know you all are saying, George W. Bush, isn't he still president? Why would you be getting another presidential library? Well, we're bringing the Nixon Library to the system, and the director of the Nixon Library will be here to tell you about one of his favorite things. The libraries are great because they cover most of our 20th century history. They start with Herbert Hoover and go on up through President Clinton. You'll find Roosevelt's Day of Infamy speech. You can find Truman's order to desegregate the armed forces. You can hear President Kennedy declare, "Ich bin ein Berliner," excuse my German accent. And President Reagan called for Mr. Gorbachev to tear down that wall, and yesterday was the 20th anniversary of that speech. You can see the White House China, commissioned by Lady Bird Johnson, Hillary Clinton, and Nancy Reagan. You can learn about Herbert Hoover's sojourn in the Boxer Rebellion long before he became president. You can experience World War II with a five-star general like Eisenhower, or with young lieutenants like Bush and Kennedy. You can also learn about the critical decision to end the war against Japan made by President Truman. The directors here each represent their libraries, but together we are bound as a system, bound together by the presidency and our shared history. The directors and their staffs of archivists, curators, and educators are dedicated to providing historians, students, and all Americans the documents, artifacts, and images that will place our history in context and help each of us understand our future. They're here today to talk about some of their favorite things. And they asked me not to sing the song. But I thought I'd mention one of my favorite things, and actually it's several. Many of the libraries have special trunks that in them have costumes and replicas of artifacts and things from the time period that a president might have used. They very much humanize history for our youngest museum goers, and it gives them their very first museum experience. And we hope out of that trunk experience that these young museum goers begin to appreciate our history and our cultural heritage and return to a presidential library in the future or to other museums across the nation. This is a great nation. We have many museums. From random surveys that 57% of Americans attend a museum or a cultural event every year. And with that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to